for being here. This is Yamuna Devi. Thank you. Today I have a beautiful topic to share with you. Many messages that I would hope and I trust, I know that it will inspire you in some way to reflect on this life that you have been given, this life that has been gifted to you. Life is a process. Life is a journey. And it is our choice to decide how we want to live our life. And it's important to ask ourselves, am I living the life I want to live? Am I living my best life? And if not, then ask yourself, how do you want to live your life? How do I want to live my life? Is my life dependent on something? Am I allowing my happiness to be dependent on something? Am I allowing my happiness to be because of something I achieve or something I am lacking? That dependence. This is really important because we're not here forever. And we really need to make that choice of how you want to live. And sometimes, there are events in our life that cause us to pause, to stop and really reflect. It's kind of like it's a stop. It makes us just do nothing and reflect. It could be an accident, it could be a surgery, it could be, transitions in our life, a separation or a move or a different job or any type of event that will just make you pause. And these events really make us hone down to the truth of what it is to live, what it is to exist. And this life journey, again, I repeat, it's a process. And you have the choice to choose how you want to live it. Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be frustrated, angry, helpless, hopeless, sad? Or do you want to feel light and joyful and really enjoy every moment? That is our choice. And we can make that choice. You start by choosing to live today, not choosing to live in the future. The future creates anxiety. There's fear, right? We don't know what's coming. So if we think about that, like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. That creates a lot of stress and fear and anxiety. And sometimes we don't even realize that we're carrying that anxiety and that stress and tension. We think we are invisible to those things, and we try to block them. We try to block our emotions from feeling, and we just we just kind of force ourselves to just move and function in that robotic space with that stress and that anxiety, because we don't reflect that we're living too far in the future. And sometimes we're living too far in the past too. So it works both ways. But we're just trying to push and to go and to control and to make things happen that subconsciously creates tension in our body, in our being, everything. So we have this vehicle, right? But what is happening deep within? It's important to take a pause and reflect. We don't want to wait for an incident to happen to force us to pause and take a break. You can do it anytime. You can take a walk in nature. without your phone, without any distractions, without a friend. Because sometimes with a friend, you're just talking and chatting and catching up and, just filling in space in your energy, and you can't think properly. So allow yourself that pause. It's not selfish. Some people think, oh, allowing myself time to relax is selfish. No, it's not. You actually need that. You need a break. You need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to your needs too. What do I need? What will make me happy? And that happiness, I'm not looking for the happiness outside, because sometimes you think you're happy outside, but inside you're broken. So I'm talking about that internal happiness. And sometimes we have to break, right? Emotionally, in any aspect. We sometimes even break our ego, crush our ego, to come to a realization that we are not what we thought we are. Does that make sense? Like, we are not our positions, we are not our certificates, we are not our education, we're not the mother role or daughter role. Like, okay, these are roles we play, but we are not that. It's that moment that we start thinking that we are this position and I have these certifications, and then you just boost the ego, and then we hurt others too in the process. But you can have all those certificates, all those positions, all these beautiful things, but be humble and simple. And in that process, we help ourselves. We help understand. And that is why I tell you there's a breaking point. Because within those things, within that situation, we harden. We try to put a front that, I'm strong and I can do anything. And, you kind of wear that cape, Superman, Superwoman cape. Like, you can go strongly at it and everything is okay and you can handle it. No, but we're human. And that's okay. Yes, that's positive thinking and moving forward. But how far can you keep pushing yourself to limits and hurt yourself? So that is why I tell you, like, it's okay to give yourself a pause, a break. There is time in the day to take, even if it's a 5-minute break, you can do that. Doesn't matter. There's no time frame. So I can't take the day off. Okay, it's not that. It's 5 minutes. You can give yourself 5 minutes. Maybe disconnect 5 minutes from the phone and do some breathing. Place your hands on the abdomen and just feel the movement of the hands expand and relax as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, take a little pause, and that will help you reset. Just that abdominal breathing will help you reset your mind, your emotions, your being, your state, that state that you are in at that moment. I see it all the time. And I'm going to tell you, it's so beautiful. I am talking to you with my heart in my hand, because this is my greatest wish, my greatest prayer is that you can help yourself and that our society becomes better, but it starts with you. And it's just you, one person at a time. It doesn't have to be so many people. No, Just one person can make a shift in their family, in their household. And that is enough. So I just wish you just contemplate, reflect on this, what I'm going to tell you, in the beginning, when you take that pause, it's uncomfortable sometimes in the beginning because you're not used to it, because maybe you're pushing through the day and you have things to do and you have this huge to-do list that is never ending and it continues to the next day and next day, but it just becomes kind of automatic. You're on autopilot. And it when you're on autopilot and when you're like high intensity and stressed and and you're a go-getter and you want to do everything now and things don't get done and you want to make it happen. I know I've been there before. That moment that you allow yourself to pause, it feels strange. That's the first thing. It definitely feels strange. It's like, what am I doing here? Maybe lying down, relaxing when I have like a huge 100 things to do, I have so many things in my day. I can't leave it for tomorrow. Yes, you can, and that's okay. You can't leave yourself for tomorrow. Leave the to-do list. Your health is most important. Take care of yourself. And then once you start allowing yourself to take those breaks, every day, guess what? Your body will start adjusting to it. Oh, this feels nice. But then you want to go back to the old you, right? That rushing and going. And then you start thinking, oh, this did feel nice. So you go back to it, relaxing and taking care of yourself. And then you remember, I need to keep going and pushing, and you push. And sometimes we push to break down. We crash. And at that moment, you could be sick or, different things. But that moment you realize, okay, I need a break. But don't wait till you get there. Give yourself the opportunity. And I am here to tell you that you deserve it. Most people believe that they don't deserve a break. And they think that they're supposed to be robots and working and pushing, and relaxation is not part of their agenda. And I want to tell you that the more you relax, the more you allow yourself that space to just quiet the mind and contemplate and be, there is this abundant flow of creativity, of resources, of energy, and so beautiful. You'll feel even better. You'll feel happier. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel joyful, content. Your life will flow. You don't need to push and run on empty. You can move and flow. Nothing is forced in this life. You don't need to push or force anything, because things that are forced don't turn out well. So, flow. That is something really important. And as you're doing that transition of allowing yourself that little space to contemplate, you're adjusting to that new pattern, right? You're releasing these old patterns. But sometimes there is resistance. And when we resist, we observe that resistance. This whole process of undoing patterns too, and undoing old habits that don't serve us, our evolution of life, we start observing it. We don't judge that. We observe, oh, where did it come from? Okay, yes, it came from somewhere. We started developing that pattern unconsciously. We start creating those things because it's what we see and our day to day, and we're just doing, and we're trying to imitate others that do the same thing. And you're like, oh, yes, that's the way. And, those are unconscious ways of incorporating that into your life, which is not good, right? Because unconsciously it just enters and you create that pattern. So now it's about breaking those patterns and undoing those habits that have been ingrained in us. It could even be from family, upbringing, right? Generational, my gosh, yes. But anyways, let's focus on you. So as you're observing that, you will see that you really want to let go of those some things, right? And you want to change some things in your life. So you start adding into that, giving yourself more space to reflect, more time. And you start adjusting and adapting and adding those positive things in your life that support your well-being. Maybe walking, maybe exercising, maybe eating healthier, maybe sleeping. Gosh, sleep. I have no words for sleep. Sleep is precious. We need to sleep. We need to rest. Allow this machinery to rest, right? And not only the machinery, but everything that's inside, right? That we cannot see. So we need to allow that to rest too. So, yes. And give yourself that space and know that it's okay to give yourself permission to be. It's okay to give yourself permission to be present, to love yourself, to take care of yourself. Someone told me, this was a really young girl. She told me, it was in one of her healing sessions. I said, what are you feeling? She said, I don't feel anything. And she didn't feel anything when I told her, you are special. And everyone is special. And you have gifts. And other people have gifts. And she was repeating this, right? She was repeating. Let me just go back into that example. She was repeating. I was telling her what to repeat. I am special. Other people are special too. Other people have gifts. I have gifts too. And that was the point when I asked her, how are you feeling? She says, I don't feel anything. And why does this happen? Because we don't believe in ourselves. Because we don't trust ourselves. Because we're not giving that space to ourselves to know ourselves. Self-introspection, self-inquiry, knowing yourself. We are distracted, and distractions are easy. So easy, but very expensive to get distracted. It will cost your body to recover, cost more to recover from stress and tension and distractions because of the distractions. So distractions are costly, but giving yourself that space to silence your mind is not. It's available to you as long as you're breathing in and out. Are you breathing in and out? So while you're breathing in and out, use the tools. Use the abdominal breathing. Take a walk. Breathe, go outside, reflect. So this is an invitation for you to take care of yourself and to know that wherever you are right now, it's okay. You can start there. It's never too late. Important thing is that you start taking care of yourself and you start feeling good. That is what's important. And that is my greatest wish. And that is why I'm here to share with you anything that can help support you, any inspirational message that can help support your well-being and to help you make a shift in your life to feel good. So again, life is a flow. Life is a process. And, enjoy the process. It could be a roller coaster. There are ups and downs, right? Ups and downs. And just feel like you're going through the emotion of the roller coaster. So don't be scared and enjoy the process. Trust and enjoy. Hari Om, thank you for being here, Hari Om.